Hello, my name is George Watts. I'm a British Wheeler Yoga teacher and a former business consultant. So today, this is part 5 of a 10-part series on yoga marketing. So if you go to the link below, there's a link to the blog post with all 10 yoga marketing tips. And when you get there, you'll see 10 little known yoga marketing tips for your website. So when you're here, you can scroll on down. I've already covered the first 4 videos here, which is about giving. The first yoga marketing tip is give. And the second one is all about a VIP card. And the third one is how to set up an online newsletter using MailChimp. Fourth one is my top 10 wow list. So my recommendations on wowing your students. And now we come to the 5th one. So cut the mustard with marvelous blog posts. So this has become really quite an important one over the last few years. Google is big on content. You might have heard the saying content is king. Well, it is more than ever it was before. So let's get right into it. I really recommend that you create what I call epic content, an epic blog post. And if you have a look at the definition in the dictionary of epic, it means heroic. And that may seem a little dramatic, a little melodramatic, but bear with me. Here is why it's really important. There's so much sort of bland, mediocre, limp blog posts out there at the moment, and they're pretty boring, pretty useless. They don't have any style, they don't have any personality, and really there's a lot of fluff, not a lot of value in there. So what I'm suggesting for you to do is, instead of just cranking out these kind of really worthless blog posts, is have fun with them. And that's what I do these days over the last few years, is really make it a research for me. So whenever I want to learn really more about, I'll go hugely in depth into the research, spend a lot of time studying, reading books, talking to people, whatever I've got to do, and I'll convert that and turn that into a blog post, but a long blog post, and it's got to be entertaining. If you've got a long blog post and it's pretty boring, it's still going to be pretty useless. So long doesn't necessarily mean good for Google. When Google says content is king, it really, good content is king. So I've got down here, so when I say doesn't cut the mustard, it's really an old saying. It's been around for hundreds of years. These mustardeers used to sort of cut the mustard, but it used to crust at the top. They used to take sort of months and months to get ready in these big oak barrels, and then the mustardeer would say to his apprentice, "Okay, it looks like it's ready," and the apprentice would hand him, the mustardeer, a knife. And they had several knives, and the mustardeer would look down at the mustard barrel and know immediately if it was the right knife or not. And if it was the wrong knife, he would simply say, or he or she would simply say, no, that won't cut the mustard. So that's where the sayings come from, and really sort of these short, bland, sort of no style blog posts these days don't cut the mustard anymore. They used to a few years back. Now you've got to create this what I call this epic content. So what I've got down here on the blog post is 42 quick blogging tips to help you out, to get you started. And really the first one is just that, just get started. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just get the ball rolling, start your blogging and just go. And I've got lots of other tips down here. I highly recommend getting photos of you, getting a local photographer, and getting maybe a yoga Bible book. This is on the next tip down below. I go into this and how to do it all. But really, photos of yourself in lots of different yoga poses is perfect. It's brilliant. You can use that on your blog posts. Another one that there's loads here, but one of the ones that I really found that's made a difference to me, if I scroll down here, is using YouTube, creating a YouTube video from the blog post. So using, at the moment I'm using Camtasia Studio, which is basically records the screen that I'm looking at right now. and I use a Logitech webcam that records in HD, and behind me I've got a green screen, so when I do the editing afterwards, it's just you'll be seeing my blog post in the back, and all I've got in there is very simple editing. I've got a green screen, I've got a light in front of me with a nice umbrella so it softens the light. To the right of me I've got a Yeti microphone, and you know that's it. So it's all in all, it's all probably cost me a couple of £100, and I've got quite a high quality recording studio, and this allows me to get something on YouTube. And YouTube was purchased by Google a few years back, and that's why Google ratings, a Google video will go quite high up on Google, because essentially, Google have bought YouTube, so it's in their interest to get YouTube videos higher up in the rankings. So that's why that's really popular. And also these days people really love watching YouTube videos. So why not, if you create a blog post, create a video out of it? Also, I found if you've got to do a video on it, it really ups your game. So when I'm going through, I'm constantly editing this blog post as I've been doing this series, editing, getting better and adding more value. That's what you've got to kind of do. So if I know that I've got to stand here and perform, if you like, and to give as much value in front of the camera, I've got to step it up a bit. I don't want to look like a complete idiot in front of the camera, and I want to provide as much value as I can. So filming has really, really upped my game, and I think it'll do the same for you, and it's a lot easier than you think. So I've got the links down below here, so if you have a look at tip 33, I give you a link to the Camtasia, the green screen and the Logitech camera, all the equipment that I've used. The only thing I haven't put in there is the Yeti, but I will. I'm going to go back in and edit this blog post, and I'll put the link to the Yeti microphone that I use. And that's the other main thing, is Google really, and this is one of the tips I have on here, they want you to edit. Google wants you to edit your blog posts over the months, over the years, so it's not static. So even over the last few days, as I've been doing these videos, I've been editing this blog post. So that's really I found that to be quite important. So the one thing Google hates is a static website, whether it's a static page or a static blog post. Is go in there and edit them every now and again. You don't have to do it all the time, but every sort of few months or so, I'll go into some of my, especially some of my popular posts that I can see through the analytics. I'll go in and edit some of the popular posts and make sure I add a bit more value and a bit more content, and maybe make it look nicer with a new image. So there's lots of tips there I've got for you for your blogging. So main tip there at the very beginning is just get started and create. Use your personality. Allow your sort of inner personality, your humor, whatever it is. Everyone's different, but don't try to be this perfect yoga teacher if you're filming yourself doing a pose or something, or you're filming yourself doing a meditation. People like to see flaws, and they like to see a real person. So don't try to be something you're not. Just have an idea for a blog post, write the blog post, and then really sort of maybe do a few practice runs. So really, normally if I'm doing something like this, I might take 1 or 2 practice runs before I do the full one, and I might mess up, and all you've got to do is click delete and do another one. So I hope that helps. And we've got some more tips coming up soon.